welcome back. Hey, I have a book for you today. It's a nonfiction book. It's called From Tadpole to Frog. It's not very long, but it is going to give us some facts on frogs. I also brought our frogs, our tadpoles that we're keeping an eye on. I'm going to show those to you, and I'm going to give you an assignment for some writing that you need to do, because you're going to write a factual report, either with this information from Ladybugs or from our book today. So I'll give you that information at the end of this lesson. But I thought it would be cool to read this book because it's really such a cute little book. And since we have real tadpoles, I thought it'd be fun to have some information. And do you know I tried to teach this lesson outside today, and it was so noisy out there. So I had to come back inside. All right, so this is called From Tadpole to Frog. It says a mother frog lays many eggs. Some kinds of frogs lay eggs on land. Most kinds lay eggs underwater. Thick goo covers the eggs to protect them. A tiny animal will grow inside each egg. So yeah, the mother frog lays all these the animal's the black part, and then the gooey stuff is protecting them. Yeah, and they lay thousands of them because not all of them will survive. A lot of them won't make it, like a bird will eat them, or another fish, or even other frogs will eat them. So not all of them will survive. All right, the tiny animal grows for about a month, so that's about 30 days. This is called a hatchling. Now the animal is a tadpole. A tadpole looks like a small black fish. It breathes with a body part called a gill. So it has gills, which is kind of like sharks have and fish have, that hole on the side of their bodies to help them breathe. That's why they're called amphibians, because they can breathe underwater at this part of their life. And they stay underwater and breathe through those gills like a fish. But they're not really a fish, they're an amphibian, so be careful. Let's see, the tail gets longer. The young tadpole is small and weak. It cannot swim yet. The tadpole holds onto a plant or rocks with its mouth. Its tail begins to grow. All right, so it can't start swimming until its tail starts to grow. So this is what we have today in our bucket that I'm going to show you at the end. Okay? Tadpoles with the tail. Let's see. The tadpole wiggles its tail to swim. Swimming makes the tadpole hungry, and they swim super fast. Wait till, hopefully they're wiggling around. They're pretty fast. What do you think it'll do? It's hungry. What do you think it eats? We'll have to find out. I know my tadpoles, because they're not out in nature. I have to give them fish food, but that's not what they eat in nature. The tadpoles eat tiny plants. Did you know that? That are underwater. Some tadpoles also eat frog eggs. So I told you, they'll eat the other frog eggs. Some tadpoles even eat other tadpoles. Eating makes a tadpole grow. So we got to be careful. That's why I have to make sure I'm feeding them a lot, because tadpoles will eat other tadpoles. Yeah. So sometimes, like, you'll have 5 tadpoles, and then the next day you'll be having like 2, and you'll say, oh, what happened? That's what happened. Yeah, so we got to be really careful and feed them really well, so they don't eat each other. It's crazy, huh? Let's see, 2 tiny bumps appear near the tadpole's tail. The bumps grow into back legs. The tadpole kicks its back legs to help it swim. We only have 1 tadpole that has legs like this, these 2 back legs. So I'll send a picture of him or see if we can find him. Let's see, 2 more bumps appear near the tadpole's head. These bumps grow into the front legs. Now lungs begin to grow inside the tadpole's body. The lungs let the tadpole breathe air. So that's why it's an amphibian. Now it can breathe air because it has lungs that grew inside. Lungs are what we have to help us breathe air. Those are your lungs. Well, now the tadpole has lungs instead of gills. Yeah. He's kind of cool looking. Yeah. It says the tadpole has legs for hopping and walking. It has lungs for breathing air. It can live on land, and it climbs out of the water and becomes a froglet. This is a froglet. A froglet is when it's almost a frog, but it still has part of the tail left. He's like almost there. That's a froglet. Ooh, now the tail shrinks. Look, he's tinier. The froglet catches insects to eat on land. And some of the froglets also catch food in the water. A froglet swims with its legs. It does not need a tail to swim anymore. The tail slowly shrinks. He's going to get smaller and smaller and smaller, and he's going to use those legs to jump around and not swim. Yeah. And he spends most of his time on the land now. It says, hello, frog. A froglet becomes a frog, an adult frog. Can you see that? An adult frog. When his tail is all gone. It has grown from a tadpole to a frog. And this is when you know it's an adult, when the tail is gone and it's completely an adult frog. Yeah, so that's the life cycle of a frog. Yeah, that's kind of cool, huh? So, here's what I want to do. I want to show you those tadpoles, but then I'm going to show you an assignment, so don't go anywhere. Okay, I'm going to put this down on the floor, and then I'm going to use my computer so you guys can see. Okay, so now flip it around, and let's take a look. Yeah, see how fast that one is? Look at him, he's super fast. I'm just going to let you guys look at them for a little bit. Yeah, see this little guy? Let me shake it a little. There we go, to get them moving. They like to hide behind the sticks and under the rocks. But none of those right there have any legs yet. They're still tadpoles. We're going to keep watching them. All right. So that is where our tadpoles are right now. There we go. All right, so here's your assignment. In your packet, if you have the packet, is a whole page on ladybug facts. And you're going to say, Miss Turnbull, we were learning about frogs. I know we were learning about frogs. But I want to tell you that this is a nonfiction text, just like this one gave us information on frogs. This one is giving you information on ladybugs, and you can answer these questions. So I want you to do that. But then for writing, I want you to write a factual report about an animal. It could be the frog, now that you have information, and you can look up more information and videos and stuff with your family's help. Or it could be about ladybugs, since you have information in here that you could look at. Or it could be a different animal just because you like them and you want to research them. National Geographic has really good videos for kids. You can get your parents to help you. If you have a favorite animal, like Lan, I think your mom was saying you're really into ants right now. So maybe your facts can be about ants. Whatever your animal is or insect is, I want you to come up with 3 sentences about it. Real sentences. I like bugs. I like frogs is your opinion. We don't want opinions right now. I want a real factual report. So these are kind of words that can help you to get started, okay? So you can tell me what they can do. What can your animal do that's special? What do they have? Think about like their body parts. What do they have to help them? They have what? Tell me what they have. And then tell me what they are. Are they an insect? Are they an amphibian? Are they a mammal? Tell me something about them. What family do they belong to? And then any other cool facts that you can tell me, okay? So, you have your ladybug story to read and answer the questions. That's good for reading practice. You have your factual report to do about any animal. It has to have at least 3 sentences, 3 facts in a real sentence. And then we're going to just keep an eye on our tadpoles. And anything that you finish, what are you going to do? You're going to send it to Ms. Herbal so I can see it, what you're working on, okay? And whatever it is that you're going to write your report about, I want you to keep what? Keep learning.